2.2 Complementary and Supplementary Angles. If two angles sum to 90 degrees or form a right angle, then each of the two angles is called the complement of the other. So in your proofwriting, you're going to use complementary angles implies a right angle, or the converse of that, because it's a definition. Definitions are reversible. In your algebra work, you're going to use complementary angles imply 90 degrees, or vice versa. And the diagram that you're going to want to set up your angle as x, and then the complement is 90 minus x. Supplementary angles are two angles whose sum is 180 degrees or form a straight angle. Each of the two angles is called the supplement of the other. So in your proofwriting, you'll use supplementary angles implies a straight angle. And in your algebra work, you'll use supplementary angles implies 180 degrees. And then that setup, if the angle is x, then the supplement is 180 minus x. And it's important to note that complements and supplements are only a pair of angles. If you have three angles, that wouldn't qualify. It has to be two angles that add up to 90 or two angles that add up to 180.
More often than not, in math, I've found that coincidentally, everything seems to be alphabetical, or with the exception of two things that I found. Things usually can be organized alphabetical and have it be correct. So since we've looked at complements and supplements, bear in mind that C comes before S, and 90 would come before 180. So complementary corresponds to 90, and supplementary corresponds to 180. Hopefully that's a little memory device for you.
Let's look at some examples. In the first sample proof, we are given that TVK is a right angle, and we need to prove that angle 1 is complementary to angle 2. So our first statement is that TVK is a right angle. The keyword there is right angle. And we know that if two angles form a right angle, then they are complementary angles. And that's our keyword in our second statement. In our second proof, we are given the diagram as shown. We can infer then from the diagram, if given a diagram, we can assume a straight angle. And if two angles form a straight angle, then they are supplementary. There are also word problems that focus on complements and supplements. So the first thing I recommend you do is read through the problem to discern whether they're talking about complements, supplements, or both, and then set up the key. So here they're asking about the angle and the complement. So the angle is always x, the complement is 90 minus x. And then you're going to go back and do a very literal translation of the equation. So the measure of one of the two complementary angles is, your verb is your equal sign, 3 greater than, twice, the measure of the other. And since my equal sign is here, I only have one object on the left side. What I'm going to do for that, it just says the measure of one of two complementary angles. I'm going to pick the expression with two terms. You don't have to, but I'm recommending that because then you can avoid the distribution. Otherwise, when you do twice the measure of the other, if you had x here, you'd have to have 90 minus x here, and then just make sure you distribute to each term. and then 3 greater than. Whenever you see than, that means like write it backwards, right at the end. So if I add the x to both sides and subtract 3, then when I divide by 3, 8 plus 7 is 15, which is divisible by 3, so is 87. 3 goes into 8 twice with 2 left over. 3 goes into 27 9 times. So then to finish this up, find the measure of each angle. That's 29 degrees. And then this one would be 61 degrees. So I did say you should skim through and see if you're looking for supplements, complements, or both. This one is looking for both. So I'm going to set up my key with the angle, the complement, and the supplement. The angle is x, the complement is 90 minus x, and the supplement is 180 minus x. I'm going to extend these for the solutions. And then the measure of the supplement of an angle is, that's my equal sign, 60 less than 3 times the measure of the complement of the angle. So the measure of the supplement of the angle is 60 less than 3 times the complement. So now I need to distribute. Then I'm going to add the 3x to both sides, subtract the 180, and that'll give me 90 minus 60 is 30. So now I need to find the measure of the complement. The angle was 15, so this should be 75 degrees. Good luck. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Smash that like button. You know you wanna. Come on, give it a thumbs up.